For thousands of years, camels have been an integral part of the desert regions of the Arabian Peninsula. Their ability to function in hot, arid and harsh conditions made them the ideal companion for the desert dweller. But when urbanization took over, some of the camel's most valuable attributes went out of use. A Dubai-based farm has embarked on an ambitious project to make camel milk desirable again. Enter Camelicious, a slightly saltier but significantly healthier alternative packaged to do just that. At the processing unit, 4 different flavors of camel milk are pasteurized and bottled to be transported to the UAE supermarkets.
Here at Camelicious, Emirates Industry for Camel Milk started commercial production in August 19, 2006. We started first with the plain milk with a volume of about 1000 liters initially, drying part of it and selling 500 daily basis. Today we are collecting approximately 4000 liters, of which 3000 we are selling to the market, with plain milk costing the major of it 70%, which comes to 2600, and the balance 400-500 liters for flavored milk. And we have 4 flavors as on date: strawberry, date, chocolate and saffron. And we do have the drinking yogurt also, which is known in this part of the world as Laban. Maximum we have been selling milk outside UAE for Jordan for last 1 year, and we are exploring newer markets in Saudi, Kuwait and other places to start with. A lot of works have been done on the animal husbandry side to augment the milk production. So simultaneously our team are working on farm production and also exploring newer markets so that it should be balanced.
Everybody, hey!
Peter Nagy and Yutka Juhas run the selective breeding and embryo transfer program that makes this possible.
This is the world's first and so far only large-scale camel milking farm. And our purpose, what its name says, that to produce milk from camels, and then this milk, after process into different type of milk and milk products, should go to the markets, both locally and internationally. It has different protein structures, so people who are allergic to cow milk, they would not be allergic to camel milk. It has lower fat content. It has higher vitamin C content. We know from the previous Russian literature that they used the camel milk successfully, for example, in chronic hepatitis cases. We know from recent literature that it could be beneficial for diabetic cases, diabetes 1 cases. There are also information which suggests that it can be useful or beneficial for autism children. So there are many different benefits of camel milk. It contains specific proteins which have antibacterial effects. So there are many these kind of information that some of them are proven, some of them are not completely proven. I would say a lot of unexploited possibilities in camel milk that will come with time. If we apply selective breeding, then we can achieve a better production, and it is good for our company because then one camel will have higher income, more production with the given cost, the profit will be higher, or return to profit, I would say. Now, and then the reproductive process in camels is slow. Usually we get one offspring, one calf, in every 3 years from one camel. And if this is a good camel, this gives milk, then after it gives a calf. So then you can imagine that the speed of development, the speed of improvement is pretty slow. We hope that with technique, the embryo transfer, we can speed up this by 10 times. Within the same period of time, a camel could have 10 offsprings, 10 calves. And this is a significant improvement or speed up of the whole reproductive process. And the next generation will not be at the potential of 7 liters, will be at the potential of 8 liters, 9 liters, 10 liters.
We have done embryo transfer in large producing milking camels. Embryo transfer is not a new technology in camel business because it has been used more than 20 years ago, but what we have done and what is a new thing, that we have used this technology for milking camels. Because this farm is an intense, large-scale machine milking system what we apply here for the camels, and basically based on the previous lactations we have selected the best producing milking camels whose daily production in a lactational average more than 15 liters. So these are extremely good producing animals, and we have selected these as a donors. We have made the ovary superovulated, so that means that normally the camels produce 1 or 2 ova egg, and with a special treatment we produce much more egg on the ovary. We mated these camels with a selected bull, and after a certain day we flush these embryos out of the donor mother, and we put the embryos into the surrogate mother. And normally the surrogate mother are low producing animals, so they are healthy, they have no problem at all, just genetically they are not able to produce so much milk. When we have the flushing fluid coming out of the donor mother, we filter it with a special filter, and then with a very small amount of fluid it's going under the microscope, and we search for the embryos. Because these are very tiny little things, so although you can see it with bare eyes, but it's much better to check them properly whether they are healthy, well developed under the microscope. And when we found them, we transfer them to a special holding medium. We a little bit clean them from the surroundings, and when everything is ready and the recipient animal is ready for the transfer, we just push them or load them into the straw. It's a special plastic, very small plastic tube, and then when this is ready, this procedure is ready and the recipient is ready, we just transfer it. It's a kind of like an insemination process. We transfer this embryo through the cervix into the surrogate mother's uterus. The success rate is close to 60%, so that means that out of 10 transfer, 6 is getting pregnant. The time when the female camel and the male camel is getting into the mature age is 4 or 5 years. Then when the camel is getting pregnant, it needs at least roughly 13 months to deliver. So now we are talking almost 6 years. And in the milking and even in the racing business, if you have a good genetically valuable camel, in our case a milking camel, it's very time consuming just to produce one offspring every 2 years. Because another interesting feature for the camels that when the female camel gets pregnant, she stops giving milk. So that's why the interval between the 2 calving can be more than 2 years. And if you have a very valuable camel, to produce an offspring just every 2.5 or 3 years, it's very slow and not a very efficient process. So basically we would like to enhance the genetical improvement of this whole herd with this technique. So that's why we are picking the best producing camels, and with such a technique we can produce maybe 5, 6, 7 live calves after one good mother. So we take 7 calves from a good mother in 1 year, and not every 2.5, 3 years one calf. So that is the big improvement in this technique.
The scientists say that convincing the consumer to pick up a bottle of camel milk may be the bigger challenge.
We certainly feel that it's not easy. We all know it's not easy to convince people, and I don't think that camel milk would replace cow milk, at least not on a short term. This is not the idea. It's not. It's rather like a health product.
I'm from Denmark, and in Denmark we only have cows, so I was really fascinated when I found out that you could have camel milk here. So I decided to try it, and it sounds a little strange to me, but it's quite good actually.
Yes, I've tried it once in Saudi Arabia in 2005. It was a journey of like 600 kilometers, and on the desert way there was a farm of camels where I tried this. and I found it very. It was like a very bad experience for me because my stomach wasn't able to digest that camel milk.
I have not really tried camel milk because in sort of since I've been child and I grown up till now, I thought the perfect milk is just the milk from the cow milk. So I never had impression that the camel milk could be a good option.
It's like not a normal drink. It's like from, you know, like vitamins there and everything's there, and it's good for body. So that's why the people in desert were so strong, more than us who lives here in city, because they knows about it, and it's so awesome. Actually, it's a very good thing.
What is sure, however, is that if the product does become mainstream, it could be the first time in history that camel milk will go from the farm bowl to attractive bottles in our breakfast tables. Abbas Elawati, Gulf News.